Boxing Doc. Boxing family, how y'all doing? Yeah, I just thought I'd drop this video today after taking in Kovalev's media day. Kovalev doesn't believe he won the first fight. He doesn't. It's clear. If you're able to read in between the lines, you can see that he really doesn't believe he won that last fight between him and Andre Ward. This whole time he's been saying his energy was zapped. And he continuously points to this. My energy was gone. And he makes it pretty clear in this media day that it was gone in the 5th round. It was absolutely gone, right? Even if it wasn't, and let's say it was after the 5th round, right? It's completely possible then that Andre Ward could have still won the fight with a guy who had no energy, because all Andre Ward would have to do would be to win the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th round. Those are 7 rounds right there. But Kovalev actually says in this particular media day that he lost his energy after the 4th. So in the 5th, he was empty. And we all know the 5th round is a round that Ward won. Even the doubters, the people that say he did not win the fight, they will unanimously give that 5th round to Ward. That's one that you can't take away from him. So in all honesty, if you really think about it, and Kovalev has thought about it, with a guy who doesn't have energy for the last 8 rounds of a fight, it is completely plausible then that in a close and contentious fight, that the person with more energy, and as a result the person that's going to be more active, doing more in those rounds, is the fighter that's going to eke out those rounds, is the fighter that's going to win those rounds as a function of him doing more, because he has more energy. It's just that simple. Kovalev knows this, right? But there's a bit of cognitive dissonance. He knows that his energy was gone. He knows that it was a brutally tough fight for him. He knows that he did not perform the way he should have after the 4th round. He knows that. And he knows this is going to be a tumultuous problem to solve, because this is a problem that's deeply ingrained in him. Kovalev knows this, but what allows him to ignore the reality of what actually took place in that fight is the fans and the perception that Ward lost the fight. Now, why do fans and why does the viewing public have this perception? It's because in a fight we tend to label the victor the person who was able to do the most damage, right? And Kovalev knocked down Ward. Whenever Kovalev landed, you could see the sheer force of his punches as they hit Ward, the impact and the response by Ward to some of those punches. So the perception is that Kovalev was actually doing more damage. Now, whether that perception is reality or not, that is something that has to be taken into consideration, but not something that the decision of the entire fight should rest on. That's why we have those 4 criteria for boxing. I'm not going to go too much further with this because I will make another video in terms of how I judged that fight, but basically Kovalev is able to ignore the actual reality of the fight due to this other belief that he holds, which is people thought I won that fight. In reality, he knows how difficult it was. He knows after the 5th round he was absolutely gassed and he couldn't keep up with Ward's pace. Ward won the 5th round and continued to win multiple rounds after that. And so he knows deep in his head that it's very, very possible he lost that fight. It's a reality he wants to ignore, though. But boxing family, more importantly, what do you think? Do you think Kovalev thinks he won that fight? Alright, let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, it's Boxing Doc signing off. Don't forget to subscribe.